Hello everybody, Disciple here with Overwatch Curios. So this is a bit of a different video. A huge patch just got dropped and I'm really excited to talk about it. So I figured I might try turning on the YouTube stream and go over the patch basically as it unfolds and turn that into a video for you guys. That's what's about to happen now. And right now we're going to go over all the details of the PTR patch that just dropped. Then I'm going to wrap up the video, go ahead and upload it, and then I'm going to stream some of the new PTR gameplay. And so the first change is something that we've talked about a little bit already. We've talked a little bit about D.va's update, and I don't even want to show that Mercy update yet because it's so spicy and it's gonna take a lot of time to talk about it. So D.va's getting her new ability. Obviously, she's getting micro missiles, which she can fire while she's doing anything else, while she's using her boosters or while she's using her defense matrix, which is going to be really strong. Giving her an offensive option while she has her defense matrix up is really good. However, I feel like having the defense matrix is going to be really detrimental to her, especially in the competitive scene. I think that's going to be really super rough. And so I'm a little afraid of where she's going to be. What I want to do is I want to play her on PTR, see how strong she is, and then make an entire video talking about exactly how her strength is. But one thing I do want to talk about for sure are the stats on micro missiles. We do have some of the information right here. I'm going to go over the math later because the Mercy update is just so spicy that I think we have to talk about it. All right, here it is, you guys. Here in all of its wonderful glory, here's the Mercy update. And oh, is this a spicy meatball? Like, they took a character with such low skill. The only skill required on Mercy was to try and hide and stay alive, which if you're a PUBG player, I guess that's what skill is. But if you're in Overwatch, it doesn't really feel like that's how you should be playing the game. You feel like you should be a lot more proactive, a lot more active, doing a lot more things. Anyway, the Mercy update is absolutely insane. So, Mercy now has Resurrect as a basic ability instead of her ultimate. Wow, that sounds OP, you might say. Well, it now targets a single player instead of every player in a radius. The radius is 5 meters, so you basically have to fly on top of their corpse or be immediately by it to be able to resurrect them. You can resurrect one person every 30 seconds, and Mercy doesn't get invulnerability while she's resurrecting someone, so she is completely out in the open. So this ability is really interesting. What it means is if one of you gets picked off at the start of a fight, there were some times when Mercy would just res one person so that they could fight a 6v6. But now she can res one person, not really even feel that bad about it, which is actually really cool. She has to be right on top of them, so if someone gets picked out because they were in a really bad position, then it does mean that Mercy basically needs to take their really bad position to be able to resurrect them, which is pretty interesting. It basically means that Mercy is going to have to be a lot more proactive with what she does around the map, and that Mercy actually can do a lot more outside of just her ultimate windows. Mercy overall as a hero, if you take away her, if you just look at her basic abilities, she's really bad. The damage boost it works with Pharah and it works with a few other heroes, but you really only use it because you're just waiting to resurrect someone. Her single target heal is great, but if you're going for a single target heal, you just play Ana. You just use her heal in order to get her ultimate. You only play Mercy for her ult, 100%. And so all her other abilities were kind of bad. So giving her a strong ability and then taking away her ultimate as it currently is pretty interesting. It's pretty spicy. I'm really excited to see what she is. Okay, so she has a new ultimate now. It's called Valkyrie. So it unleashes the full power of the Valkyrie suit, enhancing her weapons and abilities for 20 seconds. This is a transformation ultimate, just like Torbjorn's, just like Genji's, just like Soldier 76's. It transforms her for a certain amount of time, so stunning doesn't take her out of it, sleeping doesn't take her out of it, it just eliminates some of the time that she has on it. You can't actually stop the ultimate at all other than killing her, same with all of those other heroes. So her Caduceus staff, Mercy's healing and damage boost beams now affect all allies near the targeted teammate, and the staff's effective range has been extended. So she has extended range and she heals everyone in an area, so she feels like almost like a mini Zen ult if you need to heal someone, or it's like kind of like an Ana grenade, like you're just giving a nice amount of healing to everyone. It doesn't seem like it heals any more, it heals any additionally, but it heals everyone at the same time. Her Caduceus blaster has unlimited ammo while increasing the damage and fire rate, so in case you guys were curious, Valkyrie Mercy does a surprising amount of damage. But I think if you pop her ult and then you pull out the pistol, you might be playing Mercy wrong. Although I really do want to see the highlights that you guys send in to Overwatch moments where you guys just completely go like balls deep with Mercy. Like you pop your ultimate, everyone on your team dies, but then you pull out the blaster and hey, you have unlimited ammo. You're just going to tear through everyone. So Guardian Angel is just flat out better, higher range, higher movement speed. Resurrect, the cooldown is instantly reset when you activate Valkyrie. So the combo is going to be you cast Resurrect on someone, then you cast your ult, and then you can instantly resurrect someone again. So you can resurrect 2 people in essentially a second, however long the animation on her ultimate is, and that's something we're going to hop onto the PTR and see ourselves on stream. So you're going to have that as an ability, which is really interesting. So you don't res the entire team at once, but you also have your cooldown reduced to 10 seconds. So since Valkyrie lasts for 20 seconds, you res one person, then you pop Valkyrie, then you res another, then 10 seconds later you res another, and then 10 seconds later for the entire duration of Valkyrie, you res a 4th. So you can res 4 teammates in 20 seconds. Now overall, that's a lot weaker than resurrecting 5 teammates instantly while also going invulnerable, but maybe this other stuff makes up for it. So Mercy also gains the ability to fly freely at an increased movement speed. I don't think it means she can fly up. I think it just means that when she's hovering, she can change directions and she goes faster. I doubt she can actually fly up in the air, but that's something we'll see on the PTR. And when she is using Valkyrie, she constantly has her passive. Taking damage doesn't interrupt the regeneration passive. She just constantly has that passive regen. So she has a lot more damage, a lot more survivability, both in hover and in regeneration. She can resurrect a lot more. The Guardian Angel also helps with her survivability a lot. She does more damage, which she'll never really use. And also the Caduceus Staff, it affects all allies, not just with healing, but also with the damage boost. So it's kind of a mini Orisa ultimate, and I wonder if this makes Orisa almost worse, because you take Orisa so that you can give your entire team a Mercy boost. But now if Mercy can give her entire team a Mercy boost, I mean, it's all allies near the affected target, and so it is possible that you won't be affecting everyone. It probably has a lower effective range than Orisa's does, but I'm interested to see how this works. Overall, resurrecting 5 allies was so strong that that's the reason you played Mercy. And sometimes you wouldn't get the full 5, and I understand that. Sometimes you would just get 2 or 3, but you would still turn the fight. Now you can resurrect 2 in an instant. You can resurrect 2 just like you used to resurrect 5 potentially. And I'm not sure that's enough, just because even if sometimes you would only resurrect 2, a lot of the times you're playing her now for the potential of resurrecting more. You also have to remember that during that time that you're casting Resurrect, you're casting Valkyrie, and then you're casting Resurrect again, during none of that are you protected. You don't get any invulnerability from casting Resurrect, you don't get invulnerability from casting Valkyrie, you only get some extra regeneration, and you do have to be within 5 meters of the teammates that you're resurrecting. So if you have to cast Resurrect, then cast Valkyrie, fly to somewhere else, cast Resurrect again, you will fly there faster. And that is one important thing to note. When you are in Valkyrie, you do fly to your teammates' corpses in order to resurrect them much faster because of this buff here to Guardian Angel. I'm excited to see how Mercy plays. They've given her way more skill than she had before. She's going to take a lot of skill, and it's going to be difficult for current Mercy mains to play her and master her, which is perfect for me. I don't know if this version of Mercy is going to be strong enough, though, because right now, Mercy isn't really played all the time on the competitive scene. 2 of the most important competitive compositions are Lucio Ana and Lucio Zenyatta. So Lucio is still always played, but really Ana and Zenyatta are the big picks. Sometimes you do pick Mercy because the potential for the res is huge, but now taking away the potential for that Resurrect, well, I don't feel like any of these changes, any of these potential buffs to her utility during her ultimate really make up for not having an Ana or not having a Zenyatta on your team. And, you know, is it better to resurrect 2 of your teammates and to be able to heal multiple of them at a time? Or is it better to pop Transcendence on Zenyatta and keep all of them from dying pretty much no matter what? And I think it'll be really, really fun to see. I don't know if these changes are going to go through to live, of course, because this is just on the PTR. but I think it'll be a nice change for Overwatch. I think that we deserve a break from Mercy mains. I think we deserve a break from winning a huge team fight, and Mercy was just hiding off on the side and pops out at the last minute for the huge 5-man res. I think that we deserve a different kind of Overwatch from that, at least for a little bit. Even if it's only on the PTR, I'm gonna enjoy playing that quite a bit. There is also a little bit of a fix to Reinhardt, or not a fix, but a quality of life improvement. So if you're holding your right click and then you click your left click, you can now rotate the camera around while you're staying there. So typically, in order to actually change your field of view on Reinhardt, you have to turn yourself, including your entire shield. Now you can keep your shield in exactly the angle you want and turn your head around. It's nice. It's nice. It's not going to make Reinhardt significantly stronger or anything. But I think that overall, you know, it is slightly better than it was before. None of these changes matter at all. So now I want to talk a bit more about the D.Va changes because we have some more information on that. And I'm going to make a full video about how good the new D.Va is because I'm a D.Va player. I really care about how good the D.Va is. And I think that Defense Matrix was one of the main reasons to play her. And so getting rid of that might be too much. But we do have some numbers on that. So we know now that Micro Missiles deals, it sends out a total of 18 missiles. At a rate of 11 shots per second. So that means it will take 1 7/18 seconds in order to fire out those missiles. So give me a minute. Let me just bring up my trusty little calculator so we can put together some of these damage numbers. I'm going to go ahead and add this as a source. And it doesn't work. Cool. All right, I'm just going to tell you guys what the numbers are. All right, so if you guys were curious, 7/18 of a second is about 0.39. So 1.39 seconds is how fast. Oh, sorry. It's not 7/18 of a second. It's 7/11 of a second. My bad. 7/11 of a second. So it's 1.64 seconds that this ability takes to cast. But you can do anything else while it's casting. So the explosion damage deals 8. So the damage of the explosion from the rockets deals 8, and the impact of the rockets deals 4. So if you hit every single rocket directly, every rocket is going to do 12 damage. So if every rocket deals 12 damage, and you fire 18 rockets, then in total you're going to be doing a burst of 216 damage. So you can one-shot the majority of the squishier DPS targets, the majority of supports, and pretty much any non-tank in the game, if you land 100% of this ability. I expect that it's going to be really difficult to land 100% of this ability. Another thing that was important to note, they mentioned at one point the velocity of these is slightly higher than Pharah's. Currently, the radius is smaller than Pharah's, so it'll go faster than Pharah's rockets, but it will explode a much smaller radius than them. And the cooldown as well is 8 seconds. So you can actually be casting this incredibly frequently. So the question is now, as D.Va, can you use your boosters onto someone while sending out your micro missiles, potentially following it up with a melee attack, and decently one-shot them? Well, now looking at the damage on the ability, looking at this 216 damage that D.Va can do now, over a span of 1.64 seconds, it's possible. It's possible, and that's what I said from the beginning. That losing half your duration on Defense Matrix means that D.Va's going to be really, really, really bad against Soldier 76. And not nearly as good against the other people that she shut down in the past, like Pharah, like Reaper, like any of that, unless she can one-shot them. So if she can duel a Soldier 76 and she can flat out kill him, then that's as good as countering his ultimate, yeah? And so if she can fly onto the Soldier, put on a good number of these missiles, and maybe follow it up with a melee, or even use her fusion cannons, because the fusion cannons can go off even while she's boosting, then maybe she's going to be as good. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop into the PTR and test her out and play a lot of Mercy, or play a lot of D.va. Maybe actually play a lot of Mercy too, to see exactly how it feels. And we're going to figure out how good is new D.va, how good is new Mercy, and we're going to see how they feel in game. Because right now we have numbers, we have new abilities. I suspect that both of these heroes will be weaker after the rework, since even if you give heroes some cool extra fun things, if you take away the big part of what made them strong, then you're going to overall hinder the hero. Like when the Roadhog nerf happened, I said that he was going to be trash. A lot of people said, oh wait, he does more DPS than before because his rate of fire increased and he has more shots in his clip. Some people said, well, it's a nerf, but it's not that bad. Like, people will still play him. You can still one-shot if you do it perfectly. And then it turned out to be the biggest nerf that Blizzard has ever made to an Overwatch hero. It sent his win rate down by like 15%. It was an insane nerf. It was absolutely huge because they took away what made Roadhog good, and even though they gave him some extra things to compensate, it's just not enough. Even an equal increase in one ability to match an equal decrease in another, it doesn't work out that way because that one ability is such an important part of their kit. With Mercy, it's her Resurrect. With D.va, it's her Defense Matrix. And now D.va's going to have to play entirely differently. It might be successful, it might not, but I'm excited to try. So this is where I'm going to wrap up the video. I'm going to stop the stream, and then I'm going to restart it, streaming some gameplay on the PTR. So if you guys want to hang around for a minute, then you can. You can also check it out on twitch.tv/disciple, where I will be streaming it there as well. But I'm going to cut it here so I can make this a video, and you guys can see what's going on with the Mercy and the D.va reworks. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the stream. Peace.